How's it been though? Like since the recovery, and I mean, listen, this was a while ago, right? This was at least a year and a half ago, at least maybe.
So what day is today? The 16th?
16th.
Yeah, June 16th.
So on June 10th was 2 years exactly since I actually hurt myself.
2 years. Okay.
And literally just this last 3 to 4 weeks, I don't know why exactly. I have my theories, but literally I have no more real pain in my knee. I can finally run without pain. I can just, like, it used to take me to warm up like 20, 30 minutes to start warming up where my knee wouldn't hurt anymore. And then I would only skate for like an hour until it would start getting tired again. Last 3-4 weeks, it's like literally get out the car, start skating, skate as long as I want, feel good. Tomorrow I feel great. Like it literally just like clicked. I'm so stoked.
That's a trip that even after almost 2 years, you just started finally feeling back to normal.
Believe me when I tell you, it wasn't due to lack of effort. I did a lot of physical therapy, training, everything like above and beyond what was necessary. And I was still at points getting discouraged. Like, dude, I'm working so hard. Why is it still like just feeling this way? And finally, thank God, it just all this those seeds I planted over the last couple of years are starting to blossom. So
I love it, and because the discouragement is tough. Yeah, you know that's a skater. We want to get out there. Our mentality is there, right? But then
you can do the tricks.
You know you could do it, and then all of a sudden, like your body's just not there, and it's the most frustrating thing in the world.
Yes, when it's just like it's right there, but it's not there.
And you don't know if it's going to get better, you know?
Exactly. That's the hardest part is like, you don't know, like, will it ever get there again? But, you know, I had to keep strong mentally. And now I feel like we got some blue skies coming. So
yes.
Did you feel weird on June 10th? Did you feel like you just needed to chill for that day?
Like you couldn't skate?
No.
Really?
Nah. I try not to be like weird like that. I felt just blessed that on June 10th that I felt great. I thought about like 2 years back on that very day was like one of the most darkest moments in my life. And now, you know, in my life, I feel like some of the most brightest times are ahead. So it feels great to have like gone through that, weather that storm, and just, you know, it was a mental battle more so than physical battle. And I'm just grateful to be out on the other end of it. And, you know, back in the game.
It's funny because when we had Ronnie Sandoval on the show, and when he broke his kneecap, what was he doing? Back disaster or something, or back nose blunt on that big thing, Ronnie? Remember when he busted his kneecap?
Yeah.
But anyway, right when he got better and could start rolling around, he went back and did that trick right away. Like to get it out of the way. First trick he did. He went to the park and just did the trick that he broke his kneecap on.
That's insane. Yeah. I'm probably not going to go back and try and get the line I was
okay. Just making,
Just because like that spot was weird to begin with. Like I had, like, I feel very mentally good again. I don't feel like I have a weird kind of thing looming over me. I feel strong, and I feel confident that was a freak accident. And not that nothing can ever happen freakish again, but it's not in my mind.
That's the best place not to have it in your mind.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, it
You're
plays.
not wrong.
Listen, as skaters, it plays on a lot of our minds. It's like, you know, we think we go to a spot, and a lot of us, like, not saying everybody, but we think of the worst case scenario when we're figuring out a trick we want to do. We're like, this could happen. I could pogo. Everything.
I'm okay with being aware of scenarios so that you can be aware of what can happen and know what you need to focus on instead of just being oblivious to what can happen, because that's also not always good. But I kind of look at it like like you, Chris, you know, you got the switch flip manual on replay. I just try to replay the highlights.
The highlights. Let me tell you, you got a lot of highlights. I don't know which one you're choosing. Maybe it's a different one every day.
Just the just the amalgamation of the highlights in my you know, I just try to focus on that stuff and just know that it was a freak accident.
Well,
that was that.
What's a highlight in the mind of Paul Rodriguez? Like what's a good, like, if you really have a good thought in your, like, what would that be? Like a skate trick, or maybe a Nike thing, or like a shoe 10 shoe thing. You know,
sure,
I don't know.
Those are all good ones, but the one that's really the most like as a skater, like the one that really made me feel the most like, wow, I did it, was when this is probably already like 7 years ago, when Transworld did the 30 top skaters over 30 years, and I made the list.
Yes.
That one to me, I always go back to as like the biggest accomplishment, because I go back and I look at everybody on that list, and I was the only guy that, like, when I started skating, every single other person on the list was already a famous pro skater when I just started. So somehow I was able to like skate, make my way into that list among people who were already well established from the time I learned how to fucking ollie.
Yeah, right. You know? Wow, that's
so that to me was a big. That to me is huge for me.
Was that like your first? That couldn't have been your first like accolade, right? Was it?
No, that was 8 years ago. That was
Well, that was only 8 years ago.
Yeah, that was
that was like 2012, 2013.
That was like before you started Primitive, right?
Before I started Primitive Skate, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We already had the shop by that time. But yeah, I'd already had shoes by that time, and like I'd won contests by that time and been pro for a while. But yeah, it was just cool. It just felt good to just all this stuff is just opinion based. But hey, Transworld's been a long-standing magazine, and they decided that I deserve to be on that list, and I appreciated just that acknowledgement. You know?
Man, I voted for you.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
I think it was a fan favorite. I clicked on the website and I voted.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Of course.
That's why I always make sure I try to be on the 9 Club whenever I'm asked.
Yes.
Pay the favor.